Welcome to the Bay Network. It's not live. You got to go to the Bay Radio Network for that. But we are here in the studio, and I got something to talk to you guys about. Just real fast. So credit goes to Sherry Jackson Peel, or Peel Jackson. But I've been saying it for a while. I'll keep on saying it. But there's some crazy shit that's about to go down. Alright? I just want you guys to pay really close attention. I wrote this down. That way I could make sure I don't leave anything out. Alright? And so I've been telling people for some time now that some serious shit is about to go down. There's going to be a gigantic government insolvency. Alright? That means government basically rolling over and saying, there's no money, we can't pay for it, all right? And so, a lot of people say to me things, this is all in regards to Social Security, okay, and what they take from your checks every time you get paid, all right? People are always telling me when I talk to them about this, I'm getting my Social Security check, or I'm paying in, so they better pay me back. They better pay me when I retire. All right. But I'm just gonna keep on. I'm gonna keep on talking about, keep on sounding the alarm, because this just has to be heard. And so, but it's happening. All right. Simon Black, the Sovereign Man, and others are reporting that one of the two Social Security trust funds, the one labeled the Disability Insurance, or DI, will be flat broke by the end of 2016. That's this year, guys. That is this freaking year. All right. And the other trust fund, called the Old Age Survivors Insurance Fund, or OASI, okay, will be bankrupt by 2034. All right. And so, and by the way, the Old Age Survivors Insurance Trust Fund began in 1937. All right. And the Disability Insurance Trust Fund began in 1957. All right. And these trust funds are managed by none other than the infamous Department of Treasury. All right. The revelation of insolvency means people that are currently receiving Social Security will lose around 20% of their benefits starting at the end of this year. And that's this year, 2016. And if you're 47 years old or younger, you will not be receiving Social Security at all, even though you've been forced to contribute thousands of dollars to this Ponzi scheme. This is the government's own data, not mine or anyone else's. All right, this is not by my calculations. I did not do some math problem to figure this shit out. This is just with the government. This is just government calculations. All right. As a matter of fact, Sherry Peel said, they've been telling you about the ensuing bankruptcy of Social Security for a long time now. When I looked at the old Social Security statement of mine from 2004, there is an asterisk with the following message. Quote, the law governing benefit amounts may change because by 2042, the payroll taxes collected will be enough to pay only about 73% of the scheduled benefits. A few days ago in the National Review published, then you guys know who the National Review is, right? Big magazine, right? Big, credible magazine. They published an article entitled, Did You Ever Notice the Asterisks on Your Social Security Statement? This article states that the 2015 sentence related to the asterisk says, quote, the law governing benefit amounts may change because by 2033, the payroll taxes collected will be enough for only about 77% of scheduled benefits. Only enough for about 77% of scheduled business. This basically means you're getting like a 20% or more cut, all right? And so there are 11 years between these two statements, but the amounts to be paid out is still less than 100%, and the number of years till the fallout is now 9 years earlier than before. They keep on scooting the doomsday closer to us, and probably just to warm us up to the idea of it that it's actually probably right around the fucking corner, like 2019 or some scary shit. All right, and just wait for more news to come out on that. But wait, Congress has come to the rescue. they've developed a House resolution called the, quote, One Social Security Act, like One Social Security, or HR House Resolution 3150 is also what it's called. This House resolution fixes the problem of the depleted Social Security DI Trust Fund by eliminating the fund altogether. That's their solution. Let's just get rid of the whole damn thing. Yes, you heard me right. Instead of keeping the two separate funds that, by the way, have two different purposes, this resolution proposes, what it proposes is to combine the two into one fund. All right, in performing this magic trick, all right, there will no longer be a requirement to separately report the DI fund's insolvency. These crooks are trying to make the problem vanish by eliminating the requirement to report it. That's how they're going to get rid of the problem. Basically make it so they don't legally have to tell you about what they're doing with your money. Guys, this is just slavery of the most insidious kind. All right? And so Social Security is already the largest Ponzi scheme to ever exist. All right? It takes money from in case you guys don't know what a Ponzi scheme is, let me explain to you. All right, it takes money from the people it takes money from the last people to contribute in order to pay the people that contributed years ago, because the money that the first people contributed was spent on bullshit. It's called government waste, wars, and a $3,000 toilet, $2,000 hammer. All right. Now, thousands of people are retiring daily, too many for the current workforce to support with their contributions. The current workforce is paying for the people, for the other people rather than for themselves. This is fraud on so many different levels, guys. Like the money that's taken out from your Social Security for Social Security, from your paycheck on your hard-earned dollars, federal notes, or negotiable instruments, guys, it's not going to go to you. It's not going to you. Never will go to you. It is going to the old bucks who decided that this was a smart idea in the first place 50, 60 years ago. And God, were they dumb, because they had been educated out of their sovereignty long before that even. And so, guys, this is what happens when slaves make policies. All right? You guys, time to educate yourselves. Okay, so I'm not really surprised, honestly. I'm not really that surprised. And Congress has a history of solving problems, we know this, by acting like they don't exist and by obliterating any resemblance or semblance of transparency and accountability. They have... That's how they do it. They just get rid of the accountability, make a law that they don't need to tell you, don't need to report it, and then boom, problem solved. And we don't know, we're not smart, the masses are not smart enough as a whole to realize they are absolutely being raped and pillaged, all right? But without any bloodshed. They're just taking it from you, just getting behind your bills every month, more and more, all right? Pirates, they're just pirates. Okay, and they become more brazen in their fraudulent activities every year. Okay, more brazen, more gutsy. They're willing to try more and more to see what we will put up with. All right, and we just sit by and let them destroy our finances. Like, that's what we do. We don't know any better. You and I would be placed in the jail. We would be placed in the slammer, okay? Taking it up the butt, basically, against your will, probably, if we attempted such a foolish stunt. But the Congress creatures, these little demons up there in power, have deemed this hoax a legitimate solution. All right? Holy jeez. All right, this is what they do, guys. This is what they're best at. All right? If the American people wake up and grasp what's really happening with the large chunk of money that comes out of their paychecks, there would be outrage. Things would change. I think they would. I got a lot of faith in the human race, I do. But, I've been saying this for a long time. People, stop thinking you're going to have any Social Security left for you. There will be nothing left, all right? At the end of this year, one of the trust funds is going to be bankrupt, and in another 15 years, the next one will be. Probably less than that, way less than that probably. And so what I want to say is to start preparing your finances for the imminent future that is upon us before the people are in panic. Before shit goes bad and there's no more food in the grocery store, guys, you need to start thinking like a sovereign. You need to start taking charge of your own affairs. We can't be settling for working for people who rape and pillage our paychecks anymore. You just can't do it. So these are a couple things you can do to prepare yourself. Get out of debt. All right. This can only truly be done when you learn what money actually is. Okay. And so start studying. Look up the word negotiable instruments. Pay yourself first, guys. Do not pay the credit cards. Do not pay the bullshit lenders, the medical bills. Don't pay that shit, guys. Pay yourself first. Put it in a bank account. Get Bitcoin. Buy gold. Put things in your thing. You think your credit is going to be usable once the government's credit disappears? Guys, your credit is only as good as the American government's credit is, because once the United States dollar isn't worth shit, who cares what your credit is going to be? Your credit is not going to create more money from thin air. You can't do that like the banks without going to jail, Guys, stop thinking credit is important. It's not. It's totally not. The only thing that's important is what you know up here in your head, all right? Invest in knowledge. Invest in your own business. Invest in yourself. Don't be paying these ridiculous scams called medical bills and other shit because you're afraid of your credit. Guys, learn what a bill is. A check written out to your name. We'll get into that later. But, okay, so, invest in learning the difference between a land patent and your what is an allodial title and why do you not really own your house, even if you pay your mortgage for the next 30 years, which you won't be able to do, I promise you. Shit's going down before that. Pay your bills on time, right? That's what I put that down because I do want you to pay your bills on time. But after you learn what a bill is, because really you should be just making money off these fools because of what's going on, all right? You need to learn when a bill comes to you with your name in all capital letters, what to do with it, rather than give them your hard-earned money. That's not what you're supposed to. That's not what I mean by pay your bills. That's not what I mean by pay your bills. Giving your money over to the hospital, that's not what I mean by pay your bills. Learn what I mean. Learn what I'm saying. I can't do all the research for you. All right? And so stop buying, number 4, stop buying pointless shit you don't need. Stop going to the mall, going on shopping sprees, and buying stuff that you don't need. Guys, everyone who didn't get their greenhouse and their garden prepared and learn how to be independent, you're going to be one of the slaves in the apocalyptic society. You're going to be in line from the smart people who did invest in shit that mattered, and you're just going to be thinking, why did I buy that damn Xbox? Why did I play these stupid games? Why didn't I invest in the real game of life? Look at all these tomes over here on the shelf. Guys, this game we're playing right now is the most exciting, invigorating, and stimulating game you could ever play. Why are you spending money on a bunch of pointless shit that is not going to help you? Look, if it can't help you conduct yourself in court, can't help you rightfully take the throne that is yours back from these slave mongers. That what are you doing? What are you doing with your life, people? All right. So number 5. Oh, guns excluded. I totally approve of buying more guns. Absolutely. Look, if you can't, I'm talking to you, if you can't defend your kingdom from an approaching army, you do not deserve to reign. You don't deserve your kingdom. All right, if you can't protect your kingdom from an approaching army, you don't deserve your palace. End of story. All right, for all you people still paying a mortgage, I'm basically just, oh God, why? Why? I mean, like, go learn. Do you guys know any Latin? Maybe, like, what's a mort, death, gage, mortgage? It's a death loan. It's a death. It's like a death promise. I promise to pay something until you die. Even when you're done paying it after 30 years, you're not going to own your house. That's why I'm just saying, why are you giving them your money? Guys, you're the one who created money out of thin air the moment you gave them the ability to create that promissory note. They just put it in the books, and then suddenly they got that money instantly, right, from the Federal Reserve, and then now you're also paying it back. They're double dipping on you. They are double dipping on you. That house is already paid for. Learn, guys. Start doing some fucking research. All right. Yeah, so number 5 is start a home-based business. Guys, stop working for people who are taking your money out of your paycheck, all right? You're not getting anywhere by being a mindless robot, all right? Myself, I'm a certified health coach and strategist and litigator. And I'm magnificent. I would like to call myself magnificently obsessed with the pursuit of knowledge to always be always expanding. And either way. And I would say that anybody who has a sharp mind and a ferocious tenacity can learn to develop those two things. But if you already have those things, I would encourage getting in the field of health or law. Those are really going to be the two most valuable sectors. They're not going away because injustice is rampant, and so are the fat people. We are in the country of diobesity, and I am not a sensitive person. So I mean, could you imagine if your family their house was getting foreclosed on by the banksters, the corrupt financial institutions, and they were trying to take you or your family's house, and you knew what to do, and you knew how to not only stop the banks in their tracks, okay, but even get the entire mortgage discharged for cause of breach. There's so much fraud going on. If you just learn how to spot it and learn how to see it, you could be a wealthy person by even the Federal Reserve standards with all these damn federal notes. But it just goes, evidence to the truth that knowledge is so much more valuable than money and gold. So much more money, so much more valuable. And I say this with love to all of you, new friends, old friends, everybody. I don't really expect to get paid. If anyone is curious to know more, wants my information that I have, I don't give advice. I just give information. And so, yeah, I'm not trying to make any of these fake this fiat currency from you. I don't want your fiat currency. So I'll be happy to give this information to anybody who truly does want it. If you are interested in this type of information and reclaiming your right as a king, a rightful heir to the throne that was won from King George when we separated ourselves from the mother country on the other side of the planet, I would encourage you to join the Bay Network. It stands for Bay. It's Bay. Be always expanding. Always be expanding to greater things. Go as far as you can see. And when you get there, you will see farther. In the words of Kevin Trudeau. I thank you all so much for listening. Say toss out.